All right, there you go.
I have a question on the supplements.
Yes.
Now, just for clarification, supplement to athletics, extracurriculars pay have school year 22, and for the optional class, 22. That means that this year, as people get paid for their supplements, they'll receive the additional 25%? All right, now, what if these supplements have been paid out already, some of them?
We're doing it all in one pay so that they don't get used to seeing it for the next 3 years in their original
Okay.
supplement pay. It'll be on the final pay of the year after all the other supplements have been paid
So
out.
the 25%
Yes.
for the next 3 years will be paid separately?
Yes.
All right, so we're prepared to TA that.
Thank you.
Have, as far as the leapfrogging, we have what I hope is a minor suggestion, not suggestion, proposal, and I didn't retype it or anything. So what we want to do is cross out your last sentence in blue that says the placement schedule in the contract will cease to exist, and instead have a placement schedule that says 0 to 20 years minimum base salary. And then, although it changes nothing from your intention, we just don't really want to remove the placement scale. So in the future, it would be easier to make adjustments, amendments to, by just leaving it in there but saying the same thing that you're saying.
Okay. Okay.
So are you good with that?
I believe so. Yes.
All right. And then, okay, that means it's on you.
TSIA,
Well,
that's it, right?
Yeah, so we have, our 5 are the premium pay,
Done.
okay, then we have the COVID MOA,
Done.
leapfrogging,
Done.
the supplements.
Yes.
Can you clarify real quick the coverage,
Oh,
just so we're tracking the almost?
yeah, so the coverage, when we passed it across with this provision applies to any school-based teacher.
Yes.
We were willing to accept that as well. So
Okay, so it's just the questions we need.
Yeah, just maybe
Okay.
some fine tuning,
Okay.
but
I
we're,
did not understand, but thank you. Can you pass that down, Val?
Oh, sorry.
So this would be our response to the $200. All teachers who received $45 from TSIA school year 2022 funds because their salary was above the originally calculated minimum base salary of $46,800 will receive a one-time $200 bonus to be paid on May 31st, 2022, provided they do not meet the newly calculated minimum base salary of $47,000.
now, I could agree with the part that says provided they do not meet the newly calculated minimum base pay, but the $200 bonus, we're not going to agree to that, I'll tell you point blank without caucusing. We want to see it as a salary increase. You're going to increase the salaries of those at the minimum. We want the salary increase for those above the minimum. And look, I know there's a retirement seminar going on next door. I'm very curious to see how many people are in that retirement seminar. My point being, it is almost like a bonus you guys are going to be paying because you are going to lose so many teachers this year that you're not gonna be on the hook for that $200 because I think it's approximately 2,700 employees for years to come. That number is gonna shrivel quickly at the end of this year. So much of it would be a one-time increase. So we're gonna pass it back with the $200 salary increase.
So this is all I want to say
Okay.
about that. If we do recurring funds, then district added funds to TSIA increases by $500,000. Increasing that recurring then reduces what's available next year for recurring funds because we've just committed $500,000 to it. And I just want to make sure, I know you know that, I'm not
Right.
telling you anything you don't know.
I disagree that it's recurring $500,000, but I understand what you're saying.
So there are 2,408 teachers who received $45 because they were at the time over 46,800. And I believe there is a bucket of less than 30 people that were between 46,800 and 47. So if you just take 2,000.
Dr. Green, I think you're missing the point. I think the point is, and I mean, we can argue till we're blue in the face about this, because BPS never wants to accept this argument despite all your financial documents that you file with the state year over year. The point is, you're gonna have fewer teachers next year, unless you guys do some amazing job hiring and retaining, which BPS has done an amazing job hiring, just not retaining. And the point is that a lot of those teachers are leaving. So that salary, we've showed it in an impasse where a magistrate agreed with us. We've showed it to the superintendent multiple times. We've showed it to the CFO this year alone in the presentation. We've showed it to the assistant superintendent for human, Dr. Deddy, over and over. The raises do not cost that much money every year, year over year recurring. Now, if that's basically what we're saying. We understand how you got to the $400,000 from this year. I think it's a little under 500,000, but it doesn't cost the same year over year. And I think that's what we're saying.
And no, I was just gonna say, I'm not concerned where you're getting the money from. I'm concerned about going to my veteran educators who, as I explained several times in the last few days, have received less than $900 in raises in the last 2 years. And for next year, we know based on the state statute, are going to receive less than our newer teachers as well. So let's fix this while we can with the funds we have available.
Give us a few.
Okay.
This time I'll remember the term.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's what I meant. What did you say? There was about 30 people, Dr. Green, in that bucket?